Hi y'all, my name is Katie and welcome to AffyBeeCreates, where I make stuff. And hello kitty. This vlog was supposed to be split up into two, but as we know, when daylight savings happens, all my serotonin goes out the window. Yeah, it's real sad coming home and all of a sudden the sun starts setting and I just lose all motivation. But you know, we're living, we're learning, we're figuring out how these things work. So let's see what I made this month. As we all know, I love making impulse purchases and can't stop, won't stop. So I bought art supplies. Shocker, I know. These are Gonzai Kuretake something or other. Basically, they're fancy watercolors from, I want to say, Japan. And they're made through a different process with different binders than the ones I've been using, making them a little bit more opaque. I've wanted them for a while now, so I just decided to get them and mess around with them. And honestly, they're super fun. I love the opacity. I love the kind of way the pigment spreads. It feels very much like gouache. This was me planning out the final draft of my Nice Place to Nap piece that is about a month late because exhaustion is real, jobs are draining, we figure it out through life. But the premise behind this piece was a little bee sleeping on a cloud at night because night skies are fun to draw and so are bees. And how cute would it be to see a bee sleeping on a cloud? So I made it. I also got some Tombow watercolors because they were on the sale section of Michael's and I have no impulse control. And tried using those. I really enjoyed them for quick mark making and they layered pretty nice on this mixed media paper. I am still up in the air with them. Don't get me wrong, I have like 50 million colors because I do like them. And I bought them all, but I don't know. They're fun though. They are fun for quick, bright, pigmented colors. I think I'll use them in a more watercolored base setting next time. You can see my finished piece where I finalized it with some Posca pens and color pencils, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. So I thought I would try and make the same piece, but with a different medium. So I went in with India ink, Bombay India inks, which I've been obsessed with lately. I have no idea how to use them, but is there really any correct way to use art supplies? No, because if you're making art, then you're using them correctly. With this process, I learned that I do not have a very steady hand. And paint is permanent. Who would have thunk? But these inks are not very opaque and I didn't want to use gouache in it because I liked the thinness and I love the sky in this one. But the cloud I think turned out too opaque and too, I don't know the word for it, but thick. It was just not my cup of tea. So I went in with some highlights, with a very white light pink and just started messing around, seeing what would look good. Honestly, after I painted that cloud such a solid pink, I was just kind of over it, so we wung it. So this is after many layers of alcohol ink and some colored pencils. I have two different types of colored pencils that I mostly use, the Faber-Castell Polychromos and the Prismacolor Premier. They're both different formulas and I like them for different reasons, but the Polychromos would not layer over the ink for the life of me, so I had to go in with the Prismacolor Premier and had to push down really hard. I just don't think these two mediums work well together, and that was a bit of a bummer because I really like the loose lining or liner that a colored pencil gives, and I was hoping to use that to enhance some details with the bee, but what are you gonna do? So I originally bought these paint sticks for an after-school art club. I bought them with my own money, but I had to try them out before we used them because how could I not? I love a brand spanking new art supply, and I love these paint sticks. I definitely will bring them in because I don't think I'm going to use them again because, again, they don't layer well, and I'm really leaning towards the process of laying down thick color and then going over it with a colored pencil or a pastel or something just to give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more definition. And these did not do that well, but they were so much fun to play with and they dried so fast. Like, I really expected this yellow to just smudge everything and like blend with the orange, but it absolutely did not carry over at all. They are translucent. They lay down a nice color, but they are translucent depending on the color. And they were just really good for loosening up and making really big chunks of color. Oh. Was that the bull? Now, don't ask me why I was hooked on moths and butterflies. I think I'm really enjoying the symmetry and the like big shapes and then littler shapes, and then they just kind of look pretty no matter what you do if you have the basic shape. But the funny thing is I actually hate butterflies and not a big fan of moths. I don't despise them as much as butterflies, but like I just do not vibe with butterflies. Yeah, but this is using a pastel set of the Tombow markers that I got on Black Friday because, again, zero impulse control. And I also got some acrylic inks because why not? I literally have so many art supplies and I love them all. And you can't stop me. Why on earth would you? I make awesome art. So, again, with the butterflies, I really wanted to see how the acrylic inks would layer over the Tombow. Oh, I think they're Tombow. Yeah, the Tombow, the water-based, you know the ones I'm talking about. And it worked really well. I'm actually really enjoying the acrylic ink. It flows very nicely, and while it is less opaque than acrylic paint, it's got that same quick drying vibe that I really enjoy quick mark making with.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I did. Pretty proud of myself. You know, art is art is art is art. We make what we make. I think that's all I have about to say. I am exhausted, but I hope everybody had a good November. I hope you had a chance to make something. I would love to see it. Share it with me. Yeah. Go out there and create.
Go out there and create. You got this.
Bye.